Hey, it's Jeff Height from the Great Heights and Barely Controlled Chaos. I'm out milking the goats tonight. I've milked the other three. This is the first one we started working on. She is the one who rejected Grumpy, who we lost last week or the other day. I was really concerned about how small they were, how short they are, and how small their udders are. I think I'm starting to get, because I'm starting to get more milk. I know part of that's that they're going to produce more as time goes on. Part of it, I think, is because I'm starting to get better at milking them. I didn't realize I was going to bring this one out in as well. I brought the other three in to milk them all at once. That was kind of a mistake too. I don't mind sharing mistakes because I make a lot of them. But I tried to bring all three goats in to milk and kind of just tie them up in here. Next time if I do that, I'll make sure I've got like a holding pen or something for them. My aim sucks tonight. Relax, Yogurt, relax. This one's name is Yogurt, obviously. And she's done with the grain I gave her. So let me move the milk bucket so she doesn't kick it. Give her a little more grain. Just a little more. Get just a little more. As long as you'll sit still and actually let me milk you. Come here. Punching them, not punching them, but you know, like pushing up on their udders. On their milk sack. Does seem to actually help them let down a little bit. Promise I'm not sick. It's just cold as anything out there. I was out there the first time. It was snowing again. It is mid-April. We're still getting snow. So, that's okay. But yeah, we are starting to get a little bit more milk. Like I said, I think most of that has to do with the fact that, you know, it's as time goes on, I know they're going to produce more, and like I said, I think I finally have an idea what I'm doing. The milking machine that I made, I don't know if it didn't work, or if I was using it wrong, or maybe a combination of both. But it worked for a few days on her, and then it just seemed to stop working. We were getting less and less. It didn't seem to work really well on any of the other goats at all. So I watched a bunch of milking videos on how to do it. I thought, well, I'll give it a try. Not getting anything with the milker, so learn to do this. I will say, you need really strong thumb muscle here and fingers here. I think she's done. Like I said, when I first came out here, there was no snow on the ground. It's been about 30 minutes since we first started this. And yeah, this fell on about 10 minutes. It's not a ton of snow, but again, mid-April. So, anyway. Alright, so hopefully today is the last day that we have to go buy a big roll of hay. Hopefully we'll have enough grass out here for them to eat, and we can just buy a little bits of hay here and there. We did just buy a big roll of hay again, so we're gonna go clean the barn out, and then and then let them out, graze a little bit, and then get the big ball of hay in here. So anyway, enjoy the hay. Alright, so we're going to do two projects real quick. We did get the hay all in the barn after we cleaned up a bunch. The roll, as I've said before, we don't have a tractor bigger than like a little garden tractor, and so we can't move the hay with it. We've tried a couple of times, it never works out really well, so we have to roll it. Unfortunately, as we're rolling it, the roll starts falling apart. So we had kind of a field day with that. But right now, what I want to do is I'm going to work on taking this electric fence down that didn't end up working, and so we're gonna do that now, stuff like that. And then what I'm going to do, the other part of what I want to do here is I want to collect these pieces that go on the poles here, because I actually want to fix up the way I've got the electric fence going around the barn. So anyway, that's what we're going to do now. So yesterday we went and got a bale of hay for our goats, and it's a ton of work to haul it out to our barn. But this morning my son has decided that he can pull it with his tractor, so we're gonna give this a try. Holy cow, it's actually working. Awesome. See, this is why doing this is dangerous, because there's some vehicles in our yard before.
Many times.
There he goes, taking it back. It did work, so we got it this much closer to our barn, which means we don't have to roll it that far. Yesterday we rolled it from beyond where he is, I mean all the way down there.
That's what we've done pretty much every time.
We're gonna roll this one in there. It's a little too big for our barn. Like I said, our neighbors were really generous. They we bought a bale of hay from them yesterday.
Neighbors?
But they called us this morning just as we were returning the trailer actually, and said, hey, the bale we gave you yesterday was a little wet, so we're gonna give you a second bale for free. So we took advantage of that. And like I said, this morning my fourth son decided he could try to pull the trailer with the tractor, which worked out pretty well actually. So very surprising it actually worked. But anyway, we're just gonna roll it in there now. Doing some morning goat walking.
That's all of them.
Yeah. Come on, goats. Don't go this way. That's the neighbor's yard over there. Come on, that way. Go that way. So this morning we're gonna finally get to taking this fence down. It's gonna take us a little bit, but we'll get it down, and then we'll have all the electrical line for our next project that we do. So here we go. So that was tedious. And I've only gotten the first line and I'm only about halfway. So my son is going to try to help us out here with the contraption here.
These might have to come.
Alright, so this is try number 2. We did have some heavier gauge wire that we bought at one point. It was a lot more expensive, and so we didn't use a lot of it, but I've got it. So what we're going to try to do is he's hooked a drill up to it, so we're going to see if we can spool some of this up that way. Anyway, we're going to combine the 2 types of wire because really it doesn't make much difference. I know if you're doing cattle or whatever, you need the heavier gauge wire, but for now we're just going to do this. Sorry. So I realized I forgot to show you guys this, what we ended up doing with the the electric fence. We had originally had the electric fence go straight across, like in front of where our barn is. But then we obviously put the barn in place. We had to move it. So we've done a couple of different configurations. None of them worked super well. The most recent one where it was like going up over the top, like up here, and it was dangling down the side. It kept bumping, I'll be honest with you. I bumped into it a couple of times at night, and that's not fun. So what we did here is we yanked out a piece of like this fencing. This stuff. We yanked a piece of this out because it was broken anyway. They pushed up against it so many times before we put the electric fence in. There wasn't much fence left. And then we just stretched the fence here. We're gonna try this with just a 4-strand. When we were having issues with the fence, they pushed through it a couple of times, but so far they seem to have left it alone. And then I ran it around the outside of the barn here, and then do the fence on this side. So we could have taken this piece out, but this piece is actually in pretty good shape, so we left it there. Then ran it through there and around this corner back inside the fence. So that's what we did. Just thought I'd share it with you. It does mean you can't run up against the edge of the barn here on the outside, and you know, that could obviously eventually cause an issue if somebody bumped into it or whatever, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. So anyway, that's what we did, so yeah, there we go. The joys of teaching parallel parking. Positive is that we have enough cars and enough space that we could actually do it here in our driveway. But yeah. There we go. Alright, so that's it. We did finally get the fence down and put away, which is good. We still have to go out and pull out some of the poles, but we did pretty good. Took us a lot longer than I would have liked. Rolling that wire up was not a lot of fun, but that's what happens. That's what you learn, figure things out. If I was ever going to do it again, I would build something to do it. But for the time being, it is what it is, and we learned and we figured stuff out. So that's good. So do the like, subscribe thing for me, please.
Why?
Because I've asked you to, because you're cuter than I am. if you enjoyed this video and you want to support us, please make sure you like our video and subscribe to our channel, and obviously share it with all your friends. And then if you want to leave a comment, I do make our videos for kids, so that, you know, because I obviously have kids in the videos. So, but you can leave a comment on my blog, which I post all the videos there too, at jeffreyheight.com. So head on over there and check out all our other videos and leave a comment if you'd like. So thanks very much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Nicely.